Something remarkable is happening in Southeast Asia, a quiet but profound shift that's capturing the world's attention. In the heart of this transformation stands the Philippines, a nation once overlooked but now stepping boldly onto the global stage. For decades, the Philippines was seen as a nation grappling with internal challenges, not a major player. Political instability, economic struggles, and natural disasters often dominated headlines, painting a picture of a country fighting to find its footing. Today, that perception is changing fast. The world is beginning to recognize the Philippines as a rising force, with its story now one of resilience and ambition. From Manila's bustling financial districts to the busy ports facing the South China Sea, a new energy is palpable. The country's cities are growing and its influence is spreading beyond its borders. The Philippines is asserting itself with confidence, making established powers in the West take notice. Its leaders are forging new alliances and strengthening old ones, determined to shape their own destiny. Its rise is happening at a critical intersection of global trade and geopolitics, as the US and China compete for influence. The Philippines, once caught in the middle, is now an active participant in these high-stakes games. The country is no longer a passive observer. It's shaping events with real consequences for the region. Its military is modernizing, and its voice is being heard in international forums. This isn't just about economics or military might, it's about a shift in the balance of power. The Philippines is helping to redefine what influence in Asia looks like. Fueled by a young, dynamic population, a diversifying economy, and bold leadership, the Philippines is demanding respect and forging partnerships on its own terms. Its entrepreneurs and innovators are making waves both regionally and globally. The world is watching, uncertain but intrigued, as the Philippines carves out a new role. Every move is scrutinized, every success celebrated, and every challenge closely followed. How did this happen? What does it mean? And where does the Philippines go from here? The answers to these questions will help define not just the nation's future, but the future of Asia itself. To understand today's Philippines, you must appreciate its unique geography and layered history. Over 7,600 islands sit at the crossroads of major maritime trade, making the country both a hub and a prize for global powers. Its proximity to China gives it undeniable strategic importance. Centuries of Spanish and American rule have left deep marks: Catholicism, language, and democratic institutions. This blend of East and West has forged a culture comfortable in many worlds, yet fiercely protective of its sovereignty. For much of the 20th century, the Philippines struggled with instability and inequality, often called the sick man of Asia. But this adversity built a resilient, resourceful population eager for change. The drive to overcome a legacy of being underestimated and to secure prosperity now fuels the nation's ascent. Today, self-determination is at the heart of its domestic and foreign policy. The Philippines' new strength rests on three pillars: economic dynamism, political will, and military modernization. The economy is booming, driven by services, remittances, and now aggressive foreign investment in manufacturing and tech. This diversification is building resilience and reducing poverty. Politically, the government has adopted a more assertive stance, especially in defending its rights in the South China Sea. It's strengthening old alliances and forging new ones, maximizing options and protecting interests. Military modernization is underway, shifting focus from internal security to credible external defense. New warships, jets, and coastal systems signal the country's seriousness about sovereignty. These pillars reinforce each other. Economic growth funds defense, assertive leadership attracts investment, and a stronger military underpins diplomacy. Together, they're transforming the Philippines into a middle power that can't be ignored. The nation is no longer a lightweight. It's a force shaping regional dynamics. The world is taking notice. The Philippines' rise is visible in its bold actions on the world stage. Manila now leads in ASEAN, pushing for unity on maritime law and security. Strategic partnerships are expanding, new defense pacts with Japan and Australia, and deeper ties with the US. Major investment pledges from Europe and America are flowing in, thanks to reforms opening key sectors. These deals are more than money. They're votes of confidence in the country's future. Militarily, the Philippines has expanded U.S. access to bases and increased joint patrols in contested waters. The Navy and Coast Guard are more active than ever, often alongside allies. The Philippines is no longer just reacting, it's shaping events, leveraging its assets to advance national interests. This proactive engagement is forcing the world to reassess the Philippines' place in the global order. The West is watching the Philippines' ascent with both encouragement and apprehension. As the country rises in regional influence, its choices are being closely monitored by policymakers and analysts across the globe. A stronger, democratic Philippines is an asset for the rules-based order, especially as a counterweight to authoritarian powers. Its growing economy and vibrant civil society make it a model for democratic resilience in Southeast Asia. Washington welcomes Manila's renewed commitment to their defense treaty, seeing it as vital to its Indo-Pacific strategy. The alliance is being revitalized, with joint exercises and new security dialogues reflecting shared interests. But a more confident Philippines is also more independent, making decisions based on its own interests, not always in lockstep with the West. This new assertiveness signals a shift from past deference to a more balanced approach. Western policymakers can no longer take Manila for granted, they must engage as equals. Building trust and mutual respect is now essential for any lasting partnership. High-level visits and new agreements in trade, tech, and climate are reshaping the relationship. These collaborations are expanding into areas like digital innovation, infrastructure, and environmental sustainability. The EU is restarting free trade talks and supporting the Philippines' green transition. European investments in renewable energy and sustainable development are gaining momentum. This is competitive diplomacy, broadening ties beyond security to remain a partner of choice. Economic, cultural, and technological exchanges are now at the forefront of engagement. The West is adapting, recognizing that middle powers like the Philippines have more agency than ever. Their voices are shaping regional agendas and influencing global debates. The challenge: support growth and shared values while respecting Manila's strategic autonomy. Navigating this new reality requires flexibility, patience, and a willingness to listen. It's a delicate balancing act in a multipolar world, where alliances are fluid and influence is constantly being renegotiated. The Philippines' resurgence is sending ripples across Asia. Many ASEAN neighbors welcome a stronger Manila, seeing it as a balance to regional power dynamics. Vietnam, sharing maritime concerns, has deepened security cooperation with the Philippines. Some ASEAN states remain cautious, wary of escalating tensions with China and preferring consensus diplomacy. The Philippines' assertiveness is forcing ASEAN to rethink its approach to regional challenges. Japan views Manila as a key partner for a free and open Indo-Pacific, boosting defense ties and support. India and South Korea are also increasing engagement, seeing the Philippines as vital to a multipolar Asia. China, meanwhile, is concerned, responding with both economic incentives and military pressure in disputed waters. The Philippines' rise has intensified strategic competition, making its relationship with China one of Asia's most closely watched. The region is recalibrating as Manila's influence grows. The Philippines' rise brings both opportunities and challenges. For Filipinos, it's a chance to realize their potential, lifting millions from poverty and gaining a stronger global voice. For the West, a capable Philippines is a partner in upholding international law and securing vital sea lanes. But internal issues remain. Corruption, infrastructure gaps, and inequality threaten progress. Sustaining growth requires stability and reforms that benefit all, not just the elite. Externally, the biggest challenge is balancing ties with the US and China, avoiding retaliation or conflict. Navigating this tightrope demands sophisticated statecraft and a clear long-term vision. Expectations are high, but building a modern military and economy takes time. The Philippines must build consensus at home to ensure its foreign policy endures. The Philippines' future could unfold in several ways, each with global impact. The best-case scenario: skillful balancing between the US and China, leveraging both relationships for security and prosperity. The Philippines becomes a model middle power, promoting stability and cooperation in the Indo-Pacific. A riskier scenario: confrontation in the South China Sea, potentially drawing in the US and forcing regional nations to choose sides. Another possibility: internal setbacks, political instability, or economic missteps stall the country's rise. This could create a power vacuum, inviting greater external interference. Most likely, the path will be uneven. progress mixed with setbacks, requiring resilience and strategic focus. The Philippines' ability to adapt will shape not just its own future, but the region's stability. The world is watching how Manila navigates this complex path. The Philippines in 2025 is a story of transformation and self-determination, a nation awakening to its own possibilities and embracing a new era of hope and ambition. A new generation is driving economic ambition, political confidence, and national purpose, fueled by innovation, education, and a deep sense of pride in their heritage. This is not the Philippines of old. It's a nation shaping its own destiny on the global stage, forging new alliances and showcasing its talents in arenas from diplomacy to sports. Its rise is a defining feature of the new Indo-Pacific, demanding attention and respect from neighbors and world powers alike. The West's nervousness reflects the significance of the shift. A partner has become a true player, influencing regional dynamics and global conversations. The Philippines is no longer a pawn, but a queen making its own moves, boldly asserting its interests and values on the world stage. Its future will be determined by the resilience and spirit of its people, whose unity and determination have always been the nation's greatest strength. The nation has survived colonialism, war, and upheaval, always emerging with its identity intact, drawing inspiration from a rich history of struggle and triumph. The path ahead will require wisdom, courage, and a commitment to democracy and sovereignty as Filipinos continue to shape their own future. The world watches with keen interest as the Philippines writes its next chapter, eager to see how this vibrant nation will lead and inspire. This is more than geopolitics. It's a story of human potential, of dreams realized, and a nation finally finding its confident voice on the world stage.